So it's Mother's Day, obviously, and a day for us to slow down and stop and to be thankful for our mothers. That simple. And to be thankful for all the women who have mothered us, because most of us, it's many. And you know, here in this place of worship, we remind ourselves that this deep attachment may be one of the most powerful expressions in humanity. There may be nothing stronger. I don't know of anything stronger. That someone is attached to us, loves us, cares for us, worries over us all the time for a lifetime. It is beyond comprehension. Is there anything stronger in the world? Anything. I have a Fred Craddock story for you, and if you don't remember Fred, he is probably, I think, the greatest American preacher that has ever been. When he was a little boy growing up in rural West Tennessee, his family owned a farm, but they lost the farm to the bank. They had to give up the land. His dad lost his job, and they had to move to town and moved into a tiny little house on a dirt road, as he said, on the south side of the tracks. They moved to the poor side of town. His dad found a job, thankfully, and over time things got better, but at this point in their lives, they had no running water, no electricity, and no indoor plumbing. Dad was working, things were kind of stable, but Fred's older sister was in the 9th grade. What do you think that does for a 9th grader? She's in the same school that she was in before, and now they have nothing, and she's still with the friends that she had. And remember, she's struggling with all the things teenagers struggle with, the clothes she's wearing, how she looks, how she compares herself to others. And these circumstances have only made her life worse. Well, an invitation comes in the mail to her house. And it's a special invitation from one of her good friends in her class. And it's for a slumber party. Sounds a little antiquated, doesn't it? But a sleepover. And this little girl's dad, this young girl's dad, was the richest man in town, and they had the biggest house on Main Street. Fred says that his mother, his sister, when she was in her 90s, still talked about getting that invitation. She still talked about how much it meant to her that she was still wanted, still needed by a friend and a group of friends. And listen to Fred's fabulous comment about that family story. He says this: if you are prosperous and exclude the poor, and if you are poor and exclude the prosperous, you have the right to do that. But that's not the church. Do you see, Mother's Day fits directly into what we are about here today, and I believe what we're about here every day at St. John's and every Christian church throughout the world. Did you hear the words from the Gospel of John? Write them down. As the old prayer book says, read, mark, and inwardly digest them. Teach them to your children. Print them on your forehead if you have to. You did not choose me, but I chose you, God says. You did not choose me, I chose you. You know, I don't know about you, but I don't think there is anything stronger, anything in the world stronger than knowing you have been chosen. Nothing stronger than knowing you have been chosen and you are wanted. A family across town was gathered in front of their television to watch the NFL draft, the National Football League draft. Well, the first round went by, and the second round went by, and the third round went by, and the fourth round went by, and on the fifth round, the phone rang. And one of our own, Davis Tull, that many of you know, was picked to play pro football. But I want to tell you the story Grandmom Sally, because this is her sermon today, the best story I think I've ever heard. They were in one room, Davis is in another room, the phone rings, one of the honchos from the team calls, so then he comes through the door and they are all waiting on him. So he comes through the door and she said he had this massive smile on his face. And he says, they chose me. The saints chose me. There is nothing stronger in life than being chosen. And you know, Davis's words on that occasion are our words on this occasion. And I think we could say them every week we gather. You see, we're gathered with the saints, all of us, those little saints, all of us baptized people, but saints just the same. And we're here because God chooses us. We are here because God chooses us. The church chooses us. And then we begin to choose the world as part of the church. And then maybe with some courage. Because I promise you, in this world, it will take your moral fiber and courage to do this. To go out and choose others. People that you would not choose. People that you would not see. People that you do not know. It takes courage to practice this kind of care for a world that needs the care. Happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers. And happy Mother's Day to all of you who have been a mother for someone who needed you. Amen.